Alright guys, Andrew here, and today I got a bonus video for all my loyal subscribers. We're going to look at all the Blu-rays I've picked up in the last couple months. This is my spring Blu-ray haul. So coming up first, and this is just kind of a bonus, my friend Brandon had this borrowed for a while. This is Southern Comfort, which I actually bought from Shout Factory quite a while back. If you have not seen this movie, check it out. It's got Keith Carradine, it's got Powers Booth, Fred Ward, T.K. Carter, Brian James, Bubba from In the Heat of the Night, and it's great seeing this group of actors, this ensemble cast, come together, and there's no real star overshadowing anybody. It's the Louisiana National Guard, and they're out doing maneuvers in the bayou, and it goes horribly wrong. Uh, this is directed by Walter Hill, who did a lot of tough guy films like The Warriors. Definitely check this one out. All right, guys, before I discuss this next group of movies, I'd like to give a quick shout out. There's this little shop about 45 minutes from where I live called the Book Nook in West Plains, Missouri. It's just off the square. Um, I go there a handful of times a year, and I'm always in there for at least an hour. Like today, I was there for like an hour and a half. Nobody hassled me. I always got a list where I'm looking for movies, and they got movies and books and music. They do like magic cards and Dungeons and Dragons tournaments. It's kind of like a cooler vintage stock in that it's owned by like it's a mom and pop type shop. So if you're in the southern Missouri area, definitely check them out. It's the Book Nook in West Plains, Missouri, and they didn't ask for this. I was in there and I thought, you know what, that place is cool. It's been around for I've been a customer there since like 97 ish, so it's going on like 30 years in business, if it's not surpassed that already. So I just wanted to give them a quick shout out because it's such a cool store. But the first movie I got there today is an amazing movie. It's Michael Mann's Heat. Um, De Niro, Pacino, the list of A-listers, Val Kilmer, Tom Sizemore. It's just an amazing movie and one of the greatest heist movies ever made. That shootout in the middle of that square, around the fountains and everything is one of my favorite shootouts. Several years ago, me and the guys over at Macho Movie Madness did our favorite heist films, and we all said this was our favorite, but we decided to choose two others just to kind of round out an episode. But this movie right here is, in my opinion, probably the greatest heist film ever made. There's a great scene between Pacino and De Niro at this coffee shop. It has to be seen to be believed. While I was there today, I also picked up this film, and this film to me is vastly underrated, and that is Looper. I need to see it again. I've only actually watched it once, and I really enjoyed it. I know people have issue with this movie because they use CGI on Joseph Gordon-Levitt's face to make him look like a young Bruce Willis, but CGI takes me out of every movie anyway, so why should this be any different? I really enjoyed this. Of course, with me, it's got a lot of Terminator elements, so I'm gonna love that in it. Just a great story, with the little kid and the mom and everything. Uh, Definitely check out Looper if you hadn't. Try to go into it with an open mind and see past the CGI. And the last Blu-ray I picked up there was actually kind of a double pack. This is Dread and Drive Angry. I have to admit I've never actually seen Drive Angry with Nicolas Cage, and I like a lot of Nicolas Cage movies, so I'm definitely checking that one out. I bought this because of Dread. I saw this once or twice back in the day, and I really love this movie. A few weeks back I did a review on Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, and I was talking about how great a superhero movie that was. This one right here, after I did that review, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Really close as to which one of those I like the best because this one is not it. I like the Sylvester Stallone one, but this one doesn't have the hokiness that that one has. And I think they stuck truer to the comic with this movie than they did that first one. And I really appreciate it. Definitely a great film to check out. It's a lot of today's superhero movies, with the Avengers and everything has changed and it's comic and it's hokey and stuff. Serious as a heart attack with this one, and it's really good. So while I was there at the Book Nook today, I couldn't help but pick out a book out of the science fiction section. You know me, sci-fi, action, and horror. So I got Inherit the Stars by James P. Hogan. Looks like a fun little space thriller, so I'm going to check that out here shortly. All right, coming up next in my Blu-ray haul is one that I couldn't find this movie on any streaming service, so I just went ahead and bought it. I can't remember what site I bought this off of, Amazon or eBay or something. This is Jean-Claude Van Damme in Death Warrant, and I have to say, the cover art on this, Van Damme, pretty guy, whatever, but uh, this down here is actually from Lionheart. So when I saw that, it cracked me up. I was like, "Hey, wait a minute, that's not right." And at least they got the back art right, with the prison and everything. I really enjoy this movie. It's a lot of fun. It's not top shelf Van Damme. It's probably middle of the road for me. Uh, Probably fifth or sixth favorite Van Damme movie right here. Uh, Check out Death Warrant. It's a lot of fun. At another shop here locally, I picked up these final three, and the first of which is the 2019 reboot of Hellboy with David Harbour. And I remember expecting so much out of this movie because I love those Ron Perlman movies. And this movie is a step down. I don't hate it like a lot of people do, but I didn't have it. So when I saw it there, I added it to my collection. So at that same shop, I actually picked up this one right here, and it's the Screwhead edition of Army of Darkness from 1992, starring Bruce Campbell. I love those first few Evil Dead movies, and this one to me is probably the funniest and it's probably the hokiest of the three. But I really enjoy Army of Darkness. Everybody needs a little boomstick in their life, so if you haven't watched this in a while, check it out. And the last Blu-ray that I picked up, I actually love this cover. This is Big Trouble in Little China, which I had the DVD of. But when you look at the slip cover, just check that out. It looks like a VHS with the stickers on and everything. And please rewind. It's got action adventure. It's halfway hanging out of the box. I love how on the back of the box they had to write does not contain a VHS cassette. But that is so retro and awesome. I saw that and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get that because I didn't own it on Blu-ray. So, most of the time I don't care for these slip covers. Here it is without the slip cover, but that is just so ingenious that I had to buy it. So, guys, thanks for sticking with me to the end of the video. And now that you've seen the Blu-rays that I've picked up here recently, I'm probably going to review some of these, so you'll have a little idea maybe what's coming up in the future. As always, I'd like to thank you for checking out the video. Be sure to like and subscribe and everything. Hit the bell. Let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see in the future, and I'll see if I can get around to it. Until then, I'm Andrew, and I'll see you down the line.